What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the next episode. As you can see, I've done a lot of work, to be honest. I pretty much finished the armor. Well, not finished, but I started working on blocking it out. As you can see, I just made some simple shapes that I thought were looking pretty interesting, and then I just shaped them, modeled them by using the edge modeling technique. Not really that fascinating, not really that difficult. But now we've come to the stage where we can start adding in detail, which is the fun part. When I modeled it and modeled the pieces, one thing that is actually really helpful, and I'll give you a tip, is you turn on to lighting and then use flat lighting, so you can just see the actual shapes and silhouettes of the object that you're modeling. And then you just look from each side, okay, do I even like it? Do I like the volumes? Do I like the way it looks? It's a very simple way, and it's just one click. So again, lighting, use flat lighting. It's a very simple way to check out the silhouettes of the objects. So as you can see, it's not finished yet, but we'll get to that. So, well, let's start adding detail. Keep in mind that we're doing a high polygon modeling, so we don't care that much about the polygon. Right now we're up to 16,000, 18,000 even. But it will be a lot higher. It will probably be around 200,000 once we're done, if not more. Because a couple of things. Right now when I hit smooth, you can see here it doesn't actually change the polygon. But what this does is that it turns each face into 4 different faces. So what actually happens is this. So you go to mesh and hit smooth. So this is what actually happens, right? And you smooth it again to get the extra smoothness factor. So right now we're up to 31,000 for just the chest. So keep that in mind, because that's actually happening behind the scenes of in Maya. So keep it in mind when you smooth it like this. It actually adds 4 faces for each polygon, for each face. Okay, so well, let's start detailing it. What you pretty much do is you add edge loops and a crap ton of edge loops. But a couple of things that you should note. First thing, I'm gonna get the hit connect, and then I want to have 2 segments here. And then I'm gonna go to pinch. Let's hit tab, because then you can actually slide it by holding Control and then the middle mouse button. You can actually set them apart, and you want it to be as close as possible to the actual edge, but not too close. So something like this maybe. Then when I hit 3 and hit enter, you can see that it actually gets a nice smooth line, a nice harsh line, which is exactly what we're going for. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. Hit connect again, just hit enter. Now you can see it's a nice harsh line inside there, which is exactly what we want to have. Same here on the inside. I'm gonna hit G, and now you get these really nice lines. Same thing here. I'm gonna hit G. Starting to look much better. Same thing here again. G. But in this case, I'm gonna delete one of them on this side because I don't actually need them. So I'm gonna double click it and hit Control Delete. So it's gone. But as you can see here, you get this really nasty indentation right here. This nasty bump. So we kind of want to fix that, and it's actually really simple to fix that. So I'm gonna just isolate the selection by holding Shift I, and I'm gonna grab these vertices here, and I'm just gonna spread them out like this. This one here as well. Now when I check it, it's gone, almost gone. Let's go to front view, and then make sure that this line here, I'm gonna make it a little bit more straight actually. See? And it's gone. So when that happens, just grab the vertices and make them a bit more spread out, so the subdivision method isn't that harsh. So same here, spread them out a little bit. That is much better. Not perfect yet, but that's something we'll just do later on. So it look pretty okay. Let's do the same thing here. I kind of want to have one here as well, so I'm going to hit connect again. I just want to see what it looks like. That is cool though. That is cool. So same thing here. Connect. So it look pretty okay. And as you can see here, right now we still have this corner here. I kind of want to not have that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this one and hit connect. But there's also have an edge loop here. I kind of want to have that, so I'm gonna delete this one right there. So we just have this single edge loop going all the way around there, which will make this angle here nice and sharp, as you can see. Ideally we want one here as well, but that will fuck up the cylinder here, so I'm gonna avoid it for now. Let's fix the cylinder. So same here, I'm gonna grab this one, hit Joe, not like that. Is everything okay? Nope. Oh, that's bad. Okay, let's try that again. It fucked up. So edge, I want to have this one. Did it actually? Oh, I did. Okay, I don't know what happened, but I don't mind. And same on the inside. What? Yep, like that. See, they're nice now, nice and sharp, which is perfect. And now it's actually starting to look like an actual armor. You can see here that we still have some problems here, but we'll fix that. So what I did here, I grabbed these faces here and I used the extrude and then the offset function to create this like, well, thing standing out. So I'm going to extrude this part here actually, just to make it a little bit more interesting, because that's the whole point, right? Just a small extrude, then you get this part here. I'm going to do the same thing here, and extrude again. So it's just adding interesting shapes to it, and as you can see, just to make things a little bit more interesting. But we also want to have these nice harsh lines in here, so we need to add an edge loop right here. But let's see what happens. So hit 2, it's fine. But then you get this harsh line here. Actually, I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool, but we don't need this one here. I'm gonna delete this one there. This part is fixed. But if we do it here, I'll show you what happens. Oh crap, not again. Uh-oh. It's gonna crash. Oh, we're back. What the hell happened? I don't know. What the hell? I'm impressed, honestly. And let's hit undo. It still works. Oh, and we're back. It's all good, it's all good. Let's try this again. So grab this one edge, hit extrude. I'll just leave it there. It's all good. As you can see, it really fucks up the cylinder here, so we don't want to add these two. What we do want it, but we're gonna do a different trick to actually have that in there. We're gonna have to do it manually, which is a little bit of a bitch, so I'm gonna keep it for now, because there's a big fat chance that they will add even more edge loops around here. So for now we just keep it. It will save us a lot of trouble. Let's see if this one actually works. That would be cool. Does it work? No, it does not. So we'll leave this one for now. Let's see if we can add a little bit more interesting shapes in there. So what we could probably do, first let's fix some weird stuff on top view. This angle here isn't very smooth, so we kind of want to fix that one. Same here, just to make it nice and smooth again. A little bit more, there it is. It will probably be really cool if you add a line here, just a single line, so I'm going to set it to 1. And then hit OK. That this line here would actually be extruded inward. That would be really cool, so I'm going to bevel it. Holy crap, that is ugly as fuck. Why would you do that? Let's not offset it. Wow. Let's not do it like this then. That is really fucked up. I'll show you a different trick. So again, we're going to use 2 of them here. 2, but I pinch it. I'm going to put them next to each other like this maybe, and hit OK. Then this part here, I'm going to select them and double click, and I don't want to have these two. I'm going to deselect these parts right here, and yeah, this looks okay. I'm going to hit extrude. I'm going to push it in, so I get this interesting line, pretty much like this. Again, we're just looking at what looks cool and what doesn't look cool, but this looks kind of cool, so I'm gonna Again, I'm gonna add more edge loops in here. This time again 2, but I'm gonna pinch it again so the lines are close to each other. There you go. That looks pretty nice. But in order to have it perfect, which I kind of want to have, we need one more here, or this side here. I'm just gonna hit OK for a second, and this one here as well. Then you can see that it actually becomes really nice and sharp, except for this part here. But this again gives us more edge loops, so I'm gonna delete this one. We don't need it. And same thing here, because it doesn't actually add to the shape here. And then this part here needs to be fixed, because these edges go all the way up, but they don't add anything to the actual model. So I'm gonna grab these two right here. I'm gonna delete them, and Control delete these two because we don't need them. Check if the vertices are actually gone. They are. Okay. Then we're gonna end this edge loop here. It's actually really simple. I'm gonna grab the multicut tool. I'm gonna add one line in here in the middle, right there. And then I'm gonna target weld these two together, which will give us nice clean quads. So this right here is a quad now. It has 4 vertices. This one's quad, quad, and quad. So this is the perfect method to actually close a loop. But as you can see, we still need more edge loops here. So I'm gonna add one right here in the middle. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna slide it this time to the right. And then you get this nice harsh ending as well. But again, it gives us an extra edge loop, which is something to be cautious of. But for now, this looks pretty okay actually. It looks pretty interesting. So same thing here. I'm gonna add edge loops here to actually make this a bit more square. We only need one edge loop here, but I'm gonna show you again a different trick, because if we were to add it here, I'll show you what happens actually. So I'm gonna connect it. You can see that this part here becomes very harsh. I kinda don't want that, right? So I'm gonna do it manually again. I'm gonna undo this edge loop. I'm gonna do the same method as we just did, but this time I'm gonna multicut it all the way from up here and to the middle, roughly around there, and then I'm gonna try to get as close to the edge here as possible. So we get to the bottom side, like maybe, for example, I could probably do it here, and like so. Don't forget to actually close this part here, and same thing here. As you can see, this gives us a nice harsh line, and it doesn't fuck up this part over here. So it's pretty cheeky, but it works really well. We actually need to smoothen that part out as well. These vertices need to be spread out a little bit better. So it's still nice and smooth, same here. And this one as well. There you go. Much better. Then we're going to do the same method for this part over here, but then in this case we kind of need 2, I think. Oh, let's just try one first. Let's try one. And you want to get the edge loop as close as possible to the right side over here. So I'm going to start up here, and I'm just going to go like this. And leave it. See, it gives us a nice harsh line. Also need to spread out this part over here. This gives us a really harsh dent. Or harsh shape. I kind of don't want to have that, so I'm going to do something like this. Spread it out so it smoothens it a little bit. As you can see, I'll show you what happens. See, if you move the edges closer to each other, it creates a very harsh line here. I kind of want to have that, so I'm going to spread these out so it's a little bit more smooth. Just a little bit. There you go. Don't forget to check the back side as well, of course. Let's make it a little bit wider over here and here as well. This just looks cool. Like this. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna spread this one out here, because as you can see, if you look closer, you can see this harsh line right there. I kind of don't like that, so I'm gonna spread this one out. I'm gonna drag it to the right, then up. So let's just solve it. Pretty much does, not perfectly, but it does solve it ish. Okay, so that leaves these icons here, which we need to solve, of course. So I'm gonna do the same trick here. So I'm gonna go here, here, and there. Oh, not like that. Here, here, and there. Then again, this one to that one. So this is a very simple method, but it works really well. So what you're doing is a manual extrude offset, as you do with the face extrusion, but this time it's just manual. It's not really hard. Oh, extra vertex there. But it's a very simple technique that's actually really helpful for modeling. Well, anything really. You can still see some really odd dents here and there, like this one over here. I kind of like that, so I'm probably gonna move this one line a little bit lower. I probably should. So I'm gonna move this one here, like here, and then delete this ledge here. Same thing here. Oh, if I actually select stuff would be helpful. Delete, and then we're going to target about this vertex here, right there, and there you go. That looks a little bit better. That's still not perfect though, but it looks a little bit better. Okay. It's an interesting line here. We will add more on the actual chest, but for now we'll just leave it. We can move on to a different part. Let's take the shoulders, right? Right now, as you can see, it still doesn't have any depth, right? So that's the first thing we need to solve, that it actually has depth. So, a couple of ways you can do it. Of course, you can just grab all the faces and just hit extrude, right? But as you can see, it just makes things a little bit more bloated. Or you can push on inside, but then you get some normal issues, as you can see. So we kind of don't want to do that. So what we kind of want to do is do it manually again. So I'm going to grab all the edges here, hit extrude, and I'm going to shrink it. So I'm just going to scale everything inside, like this. Of course, you still get some issues with the face normals, as you can see here. And I'm going to lower it by a lot, like this. It's not perfect, but this just needs some tweaking. Actually, we're gonna get rid of some lines here because they're just really annoying. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab something like these edges all over here. I'm just gonna delete them. So Control Delete. So it just leaves us this giant face. That's really bad. But then I'm gonna fix it by just creating quads, as many as possible. And then this should leave us with a triangle right there. There you go. So everything is still quad. So even these parts here are still quad. So it's still 4 vertices. But it just looks a lot better, as you can see. Let's hit save. So I can actually start tweaking the depth of the shoulder pad. For example, let's grab these four, or these two, and just push them in a little bit. So we can think about, okay, how much depth should actually have. Actually, I'm gonna hit this one and then hit symmetry, so a little bit faster. Maybe something like this as a depth. I kind of like that, so push them up as well. I kind of like that actually, so I'm gonna keep on doing it like this. There's a reason why I'm doing this manually, because if I grab these, for example, all of them, in this case it might work. But you can see here, these ones are further inside than these ones, so it's better to do it manually. It gives you a little bit more control. But again, that's just preference though. But probably want to do the same thing, right? Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Probably could do this the same method as we just did with the front side of the actual skull. I actually want to move these ones out a little bit. I think they'll actually look a little bit cooler. And grab this vertex here, I'm going to push it in. Like this. Again, this is just blocking out the shape. Nothing really fascinating, but needs to be done. Do I like this? I kinda do. This needs a little bit more tweaking though, but tweaking. Okay. This looks, let's see what it looks like when it's actually on the character. Probably smooth a bit too much, but we could just move the entire armor bed. it's a bit dirty, but so I'm probably gonna move it a little bit like this, maybe even further, so the faces actually don't intersect with each other. Okay, it actually looks better. Maybe do something like this. That's better. Okay. As you can see, there's still a hole in there, so we still need to fix this. So we're going to do the same method again. I'm going to grab all the edges here. I'm going to turn off symmetry, otherwise it's going to start doing some weird stuff. Extrude and scale it down all the way in, like this. All the way in. So now when we look, you can see, you can actually see the back side of the armor, which is kind of what we want to have. And then I'm going to do something. I'm going to grab all these edges again, and I'm going to hold Control and then two vertices, then mesh, and then I'm going to do average vertices one more time, and I'm going to shrink it again, scale it down a little bit again. So it just makes everything a little bit more smoother. In this case, it's not that well, you can't really tell, but it's there, trust me. And then we're going to fill the hole, and then we're going to clean it up. So I'm going to start multi-cutting it, and this one to this one. I'm just going to go to opposite sides. And again, I'm trying to create all quads, which is the perfect method, but it can be really tricky sometimes, especially when you're dealing with very high polygon models. And then I'm talking about like 100,000 and higher, at least. I'm gonna grab the center one. Maybe this one as well. See, this is a problem right now. We have one extra vertex here, but we don't have one right there, so this is a problem. It's solvable, I'll show you how, but it's just a little bit nastier than used to. I'm just gonna do it like this. Perfect. I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna grab the face here, I'm gonna make the selection a little bit bigger. Hopefully I can select them all, which I cannot. Let's try this again. Oh, crap. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to vertices, and then I'm going to select the average vertices again. So you can see it smooths everything out a little bit better, so it actually follows the shape of the actual armor just a wee bit better. Some tweaking. Okay. And then we're going to do the same method as the chest, so I'm going to grab this edge here, I'm going to add two segments, I'm going to turn on slide, I'm going to select the pinching and again Control, holy crap, I just want to have two for pinch. This should be 0.5 I think, there we go. And then pinching again, like this. So you get this nice harsh border. If you want, you can add one here as well. In this case, just one. So I'm going to delete this one on the inside. Unless it looks really cool. Does it look really cool? No. Delete this one. There you go. So you see this nice harsh line. Perfect. Same method here. Two again. In this case, I probably want to keep two. So I get this part here as well. Nice. Noise. Okay, now comes the question, do we want to do the same thing to the actual skull? Do we want to create harsh lines in the skull? It would probably be really cool. Let's see what it looks like if we do that. No, it just looks very surprised. Let's not do that. Let's just keep it like this. Maybe we can add one here. So it gets a nice harsh line in here. See what it looks like. Let's do that. That actually looks pretty okay. But then we need to fix this part here, so we need to end this edge loop right here. So I'm gonna grab this part here, delete these two. Control click, same parts here. Oh dear, I just deleted everything, didn't I? I just deleted everything. I fucked up. So these two should be gone, and then this side as well, of course. Check if it's both on the same side. Yeah, they are. Now we can delete these. Save. Check. And then again, the same method. I'm just gonna add one line in the middle, right there. Then I'm gonna toggle belts this one to that one and to that one. Same thing here. Again, straight in the middle. It's a very simple method to end loops. And a very clean one. Add that as well. There you go. Maybe though we can add one here, an edge loop here. Would that be cool? So we emphasize on this part over here. I don't know. Well, the nose would probably look good though. So I'm gonna add two here. See what it looks like. I'm not sure. Spins a little bit less. I'm not sure. I'm gonna think about that one. I'm not sure yet. It might look good, or it just might look really stupid. Okay. We're gonna do a bit more detail later on at this point, but it's actually starting to look pretty okay and looking pretty cool. I'm gonna change the color for a second though. Looks a little bit more armory. There you go. Looking pretty sweet, if I say so myself. Okay, let's move on to this part over here. I've given this one depth already. So, well, same method again. So grab this part here, add two edge loops. Pinch it. There you go. Same thing here. This side. Holy fuck, why do you keep doing that, honestly? That's so awkward. Weird. A little bit more pinching here. Let's isolate the selection. And then for these parts here, we actually need to add two across. So there. And here. Shit. There you go. But then you get these really nasty artifacts. Because of the angle, as you can see here, this one goes here, then it goes all the way to there. While this part over here is still a little bit straighter. So we need to fix either this one over here, like so, then it's fixed, as you can see. But that kind of destroys the design. So it's a little bit tricky what to do. Of course you will have to fix it. There's no other option. I'm gonna add two more here though as well. Let's see what that will give us. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Let's make this line straight. There. There. This one is a little bit weird as well, so I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna push them a little bit out. Oh. You see these lines, I don't mind it that much, to be honest. I think it actually looks pretty cool. Then of course you need to do the same thing here, so I'm gonna add 2, but I'm gonna delete the one on the right. This one. Just gonna delete it, see what it looks like. Okay. Of course we need to add 2 more loops here as well. This part here as well, so holy crap, no. So annoying. Okay. So this is the downside, as you can see. This is what makes hard surface modeling really difficult. Well, not really difficult, but really tricky and annoying sometimes. It's these really nasty dents that you get everywhere and all the time. That's what makes it difficult. Etc. So we need interesting shape in here as well, because this looks really boring as it is right now. So what can we do to make it a little bit more interesting? Well, you can add bullshit lines, as I like to call them. So say for here I'm gonna add 2. I'm gonna pinch them together. Maybe something like this. Maybe a little bit. No, wait, let's keep it like this, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna grab all the faces in there. So I'm gonna grab this one here, then I'll hold shift and double click on the one next to it. And extrude on the inside. Inwards. Something like this. I get this a little bit more interesting shape to it. I'm gonna delete this face right here. And then, well, you can guess what we're gonna do next. We're gonna add more edge loops, a lot more. So in here, I'm gonna add 2. Pinch the motherfucker all the way up. Makes it a little bit more harsher, and then we need to add 2, well, 1 here. No. Oh, this is annoying. What did you do? You fucked it up. Thank you. I have no idea why Maya is doing that. I just find it really annoying. Let's grab this one, should be deleted. This one here as well. And they get this nice harsh line in there. I mean, this is just bullshit. This is just bullshit lines, but it just looks really cool. It works every single time. Maybe you can move this one, for example, up. Like this. So it creates a little bit more of a different feel to it, but it's just adding bullshit. I mean, when you look at stuff like the Halo armor or the movie Transformers, every single detail in there is just bullshit. They just throw shit in there, honestly. Like, yeah, this might look cool, then just throw it in there and see what happens. And it works really well. But it's just add bullshit and it will look awesome. So for next time as well, add bullshit and it will look awesome. Guaranteed. There you go. Sweet. Looking pretty awesome. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. This one. Let's do this one actually. So this one doesn't have depth, but in this case we can be a little bit more lazy. Actually, not just let's do this one. We can maybe be a little bit more lazy. We can just grab all the faces and just hit extrude and push it out to the desired depth. Kind of like this one here, something like this maybe. Let's do 2.5. Just go and have it. There you go. And again, the first thing I'm gonna do is on the inside here, I'm gonna add 2 edge loops. There you go. Bridge it. There you go. So it gets this nice sharp line there. And then of course we need to add more. So in this case here. No, why do you keep doing that, Maya? Honestly. There you go. But again, you can see here that these lines are starting to get really harsh in here. So in that case, you need to spread them out. So pretty much this entire part from this one on, you need to spread out the vertices. Something like this. While maintaining the actual shape of our object. So spread out. Something like this probably. Okay. Same thing here. Spread them out. Add them, spread them out. So this line here gets nice and harsh. There you go. Same one here, etc, etc, etc. Boring, yes, but necessary. Ooh, that's bad. Okay. Oops, I suppose. It happens to all of us. There you go. The one here as well, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. Because I don't want to have two edge loops going down, or one edge loop going all the way down here. I kind of want to have that, as you can see, it gets trouble right here as well. So we need to do it manually. First let's add one here. So we need to add it manually. So it means we're gonna make an edge loop that goes around all the way around here and ends up inside here again. So I'm gonna grab the multicut tool. I'm gonna start right here, or ideally even on the, inside this one. Yeah, actually I'm gonna do that inside that one. Oh, not like that. So right there. I'm gonna push it right in here. And this one, I didn't add one here, but they'll be fine. So here, all the way around. Let's keep it. Stupid thingy. Other side, same method. There you go. All the way around. Of course, this is really nasty. So we need to add. We need to fix this by adding a vertex here, but then this vertex should be all the way up there. But I'll show you what happens. Like, okay, I fixed it, but then when you smooth it, you can still see here there's a very nasty artifact there. So the only way you can solve this is by adding more edge loops right here down the middle, which is a little bit of a bitch. So you can see how this is a little bit more difficult than it looks. I'm gonna delete this one for a second. Okay, so let's add one. Or first, let's add one here. Delete this one. You don't need it. Make sure it's nice and smooth, which is really not right now. I'll just do this after the video. Back view. Right, so I'm gonna add one edge loop right here, just one. In this case, I'm gonna slide a little bit, or it's not. Let's keep it in the middle. Right, something like this. So we actually have an edge loop here to which we can end this port over here, which we don't want to have. But it's something I'll just do next time. So we need to solve all of these issues that we have right now, because this looks really disgusting. Oh. So we need to make sure that everything again is nice and fluent. Right now it's a mess. Which I will bore you with. It's really not that interesting to look at. Oh, we need 2 here as well, actually. I'm gonna add 2. There you go. So you can see why this is actually not that easy to do. Just a pain in the ass. Smoothing everything out. But it is really necessary though. Otherwise you'll just get dents everywhere. And that just looks really nasty and sloppy. I personally can't stand it, so you should really fix that. Etc, etc, etc. Again, I'm not gonna do everything right now, because that would bore everyone to death, including myself, so that's really not helpful. But you can see it's starting to actually get some shape in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add depth to the rest of the objects. I think this one has it already, this one doesn't. So I'm gonna keep on adding depth. And then next time we're gonna go a bit more into the actual detailing of the objects, so adding more detail, like this part that we did here, these lines here for example, and this one here as well. So that'll be done next time. So as usual, I hope I'll see you again next time.